Hi, it's Roger here with episode 25 of Entrepreneur TV. This episode is all about the 6 steps to an irresistible offer, and even me being here on this beach right now in British Virgin Islands, in Virgin Gorda, is the result of me as a customer going through one after another promotion with irresistible offers. And I'm going to share with you how every great business and entrepreneur, they use these same 6 steps, whether it's a online promotion, a retail promotion, whether it is getting your kids into school, or whether it is you kind of like getting ready for Christmas or getting onto an aeroplane. Every single one of these is determined where you as a customer has stepped into someone else's world as an entrepreneur who has designed it to be irresistible for you to follow their schedule so that they can create the ability to have predictability. And that is the number one skill set of an entrepreneur. So I'm going to go through with the exact same 6 steps they all use, and the same 6 steps that got me here right now to a little island called Virgin Gorda and a bay called Little Dick's Bay. As you can see, it's a deserted, beautiful island. The only reason I'm out on the other side of the world, compared to Bali anyway, is because Richard Branson had a promotion, which was basically that for us as entrepreneurs getting together for 1 week in the year, there's a specific time that we had to fit in his schedule for him to be there on Necker Island for us to go and visit him on this 1 week we're going to be spending together. So I'm going to be there this coming week. Why am I here before that? Because my family and I, we got together and said, hey, let's go out earlier to British Virgin Islands. I'm going to bring my whole family with me to Necker Island. So we went onto Expedia and we looked at all the options, and there was one which was an amazing promotion with a great offer right here, a little place called Rosewood, which was originally created by the Rockefellers to basically allow us to come and spend this 4 days on another irresistible offer. And even today, I'm gonna be out scuba diving with my son and daughter because of an irresistible offer that happened yesterday, which meant that we're going specifically to a place that's been organized before we even decided to go, that we've decided to jump into and be part of as well, which is a shipwreck dive to a ship called the RMS Rome. Why is it that we as customers are so happy to jump at the good entrepreneurs to follow their schedule, whereas the entrepreneurs that are struggling, they keep on going out chasing customers, and customers keep on going by your schedule? You go by their schedule, right? I mean, you know what that feels like when someone says, oh, I like your business, but that product of yours, let me think about it, right? And that whole let me think about it is where you are failing to put together an irresistible offer, which means that they don't have time to think about it. They're either in or they're out. It's like the difference of being at a dock waiting for a boat to come, where the schedule is nothing to do with you, it's waiting for that boat, as opposed to being the boat coming, knowing that you're going to be there for a while and then leave them again, and people are going to fill up your boat based on where you're going, and the fact that it's irresistible. Why would they not want to go with you in the first place? So there's 6 things that you need to know about. What I want to do before I just get into the 6 is give you a bit of navigation. If you are new to this channel, subscribe here so that you can get the ability to be tracking every single week for you as an entrepreneur. And if you have been watching for a while, there are a number of videos I have shared which are all about this 3rd step at yellow level, which is monetize your moment. How you set up a promotion. Go back to episode 19, which is right here. And in episode 19, you will see that I talk all about promotions called The Art of Taking Off. I did that from South Africa. Or if you have watched that and go, yep, I remember, and I know the importance of these promotions to have the ability to create predictability, then go to the second one, episode 20, which is where I actually then go through the key steps, 7 steps that every promotion follows to allow you to have a dance with your customers. That was the one called the 250K prize draw, which actually was where I started a promotion myself, which is for our Entrepreneur Mastermind. And I'll tell you a bit, I'll give you 2 examples today. That one, which is just closing right now, and also one that is the one I went on yesterday, the difference between a 6-figure or 7-figure promotion and a 4-figure or 5-figure promotion, which is the one that I'm going to be doing today with my little dive. And also, if you've done those 2, the one that just happened, episode 23, you can also go have a look at. Episode 23 is the one where I go how to 10x your results, and that's the one where I actually go through the difference of doing a promotion which is basically like a $100 one compared to one which is a $100,000 one. Okay, so what are these 6 steps? Step number 1 is not about you, it's not about your product, it's about your customer. Step number 1 is all about who is your customer, which then leads to step number 2, which is all about for your customer, or more importantly, knowing who your customer is, what is the budget that they are looking to redirect? You know, the number of people I know, even in those first two, who fail because either they don't know who the customer is, or they haven't even determined, does the customer even spend money today on whatever problem I'm trying to solve? You know, you don't want to be out there trying to convince your customer that you've got a problem they don't even think is a problem that you're solving. You're going to start by saying, hey, here's somebody already who's spending money in this area, and I'm just redirecting flow. So then number three is, what is that problem that you're looking to solve? And number four is, why is your solution superior? They're already getting it or attempting to get it solved by somebody else. How do you go about solving it better so they are willingly going to redirect that flow of money to you? So think about your current products, your current services. To what extent can you already answer those four? Now, for some of us, we can. And that's where the problem comes in. People then say, well, that sounds great. Let me think about it. It's the last two, which means that you are the one coming and docking, taking the passengers and heading off, rather than the one waiting for the boat to come. That is number five. The question now, which is one of the most important ones, is what is their urgency to buy now? And number six is, what is the pain of missing out? See, it's only when our customers actually have as much of a decision to make about, do I want to miss this thing as do I want this thing in the first place, that you are in a position to actually have them make that decision now, as opposed to just say, well, I'll make that decision in a month or in a year. So let's give two examples of how this works, right? First of all, let me give you an example, Entrepreneur Mastermind. So you've seen me in the last couple of episodes launching it. You've seen basically that we've had a time frame for people to come on board. We had a super special for the first of the 50 people that came on board. That's happened and now is rolling right through, where we're closing it tomorrow. We also put in there a scholarship. So even there's something for free you can be a part of if you want to. And that allows everyone, not just the ones who see that they have the budget, but those who actually want to be a part of it, to share it on with others, that basically we're getting everyone involved in one form or another. And it follows the same 6 steps. So step number 1 was a step which is, okay, who's our customer? Clearly it's entrepreneurs. And it was very clear, if you go look at the landing page, which you can kind of have a look at here, we're really clear who our customer is. And what's the budget we're redirecting, which is your education budget. Wherever you're spending it right now, whatever it is that you're looking to solve, you're going to be able to solve that as an entrepreneur by using our Entrepreneur Mastermind. Number 3, we go through, okay, so what is the problem that we're looking to solve? I talk about that actually in my last video. I talk about it on the website, which is all about this idea of the illusion of limited resource is the problem. That we think we need, the money, or we think we need the time, but in fact, we don't need that if we've got the resources that give us the money or the time, the network, the mastermind. And then number 4, why is it more superior? Well, I give all the reasons for that. We've got the testimonials as to how I do what I do. And a large part of even where I share about this is with people who already know a bit about me. Wow, it's windy out here. As you can see, we're actually on a dock right now as well. And this is the view out here. It really is a deserted beach. I'm pretty much on my own at sunrise. And I have a thing for beautiful beaches at sunrise. If you've noticed through the different videos that I've been doing, whenever I have a chance, I'll do it in a spot like this. Yeah, urgency, right? I mean, I'm up here at sunrise because the sun isn't going to wait for anybody. And in the same way, our promotion was very specific just for those 10 days when we're actually doing our launch for our first 50 people. And as a result of that, they're all filling up at the moment, even as we speak. Right? So this is basically the fine part. Like, what's the pain of missing out? Well, I'm here in Necker Island. The very first one that we're going to be doing coming up is going to be from there. So all of these are basically just fitting into the schedule of other promotions that I'm already involved in. Okay, that's an example of me on the Entrepreneur Mastermind. And if you are thinking about it, you're interested, you want to join the scholarship, go join here. This is kind of last I mentioned of it, obviously, for all the reasons I just shared. But let's give you an example of me as a customer also going through the same process. Yesterday, I went to the dive shop with my son and daughter. We wanted to go diving while we're here. And there was a guy who was there, the dive master, who was from Wales. And he goes, oh, if you're going to go diving, about this dive. He goes, it's going to the RMS Road. The RMS Road is like the best places you can go to as a dive spot right here. It's my favorite spot. You should go for it. And we only go once in a while. So you see how there's an urgency already. It's like, oh, there's one that's happening. He said, how much money do you want to spend? Now we're talking about the budget, right? He clearly knows we want to go diving. we're like, well, like, you know, money's not such an issue, but the real question is, like, you know, how many dives we're going to have. He goes, oh, if you go on this one, you're going to get 2 dives. It's $140 for 2 dives instead of $100 if you go for just 1 dive in the afternoon. And we go, well, that sounds good. And he goes, yep. And he showed us the map of the place. We said, here's how it works. You can go from, you know, 1 dive, which is in this part of the wreck here, 1 dive in this part of the wreck here. We go, okay, that sounds awesome. He goes, well, you have to be down at 8:30 in the morning for us to take off, right? 8:30 in the morning, we're gonna head from there, and then you're gonna have to fill out all these details. So he went through the whole invitation, where we said yes, registration, where we had to fill out the details. This is back to the 7 steps I went through in episode 20. Then he went through confirmation, where he says, wait, I've got to check that we've got space. So he goes online, checks it out. He goes, yes, you have to go space. We go, thank goodness for that. And then preparation, go fill out these documents. So we went and had to fill out those documents. And then now delivery, which is this morning, getting up, getting ready to go. We're following his schedule, his agenda. We have to be there at 8:30 for him, which means that he can fill up his boat and make sure that all the people that he wants to have come along will come along at his timing. He can do this like once or twice in the entire year, and that's, in the entire day, every day of the year, and that pretty much is how he can have the rest of the day off, right? In the same way that if you set this up in your business, then there's specific times when people know they can do business with you, and the rest of the time you're not available, which is how you can then have your freedom and your time off as well, just like I do when I can travel and have my time off. You get it, right? This is all about you setting it up where you're the boat heading in at certain times and heading off again. So we said, great, we'll do it, right? And that's basically how it was an irresistible offer for us. There's a pain of missing out. We're going to miss the best place we could possibly go to. We're willing to follow his schedule. That's a promotion, right? But that's a promotion where between the 3 of us, that's more like, you know, a couple of $100. And for him and his boat, that's more like $1,000 with the 8 or 10 people that he has coming on board. These boats here work on exactly the same basis, right? All good businesses work like they're a journey, right? The whole concept of entrepreneurship is that you're on this entrepreneurial journey. This pier here is the opposite. It's kind of what ends up being here. But there's a third part I just want to mention with you, right? Just kind of finish this off, which is the pain of not doing promotions in the first place in your own business. And that's kind of what we're heading out to see, the shipwreck. Right, so HMS Rhone, if you go look at the story of it, which I did because I was really curious about it, it was a mail ship, Royal Mail ship, back in the 19th century. So it's like, what, we're talking about 200 years ago, when it didn't go out, heading out on a journey the way that you would normally expect to, where everything's set, where everything's ready, where you've done your checks. It was a panic that took place during a hurricane where HMS Rome was like docked in the bay, the eye of the storm had come through, and then the captain says, we're gonna have to go, like we don't know if we can wait here or not. It wasn't planned. Then another boat, which was full of people, said, well we want to go with you because you've got a better boat than us. They docked everyone from that boat on as well. So they hadn't planned how many people they were going to have. They weren't ready for the trip. When they tried to get going, the anchor had got stuck on the reef, so there was more panic. Then they basically had to cut the anchors. Now they didn't have an anchor. And then they were heading out with too many people on the ship. The hurricane came from a place they weren't expecting it to. The winds were stronger than they thought they would be. It hit the rocks. It sank. Everyone died. It's now become like one of the biggest tourist attractions right here in the British Virgin Islands, but all because the whole way that it even got out there in that hurricane, on a trip, on a journey, had not been planned. It was certainly not something where people had wanted to be on there at that time. And as a result of that, all of that trying to avoid the obstacles, you know, trying to cut the anchor, led to the entire ship sinking. I mean, there's a metaphor for you. When it comes to us as entrepreneurs, don't go out there in your business in a panic thinking, where's my business? You know, don't get trying to get people who aren't the right people to be your customers in the first place. Get your customers to earn their right in, just like you've earned your right to be an entrepreneur. And whatever you do, don't be setting sail at a time when the conditions aren't safe and on your schedule, or else you become the footprints or the coming attractions for other entrepreneurs who are out looking at where disasters have happened and where shipwrecks, which there are many of, have taken place within the entrepreneurial journey. So with that being kind of like the metaphor, which isn't just about whether or not you're going to be the boat or whether you're going to be the pier, it's about whether you're going to be the shipwreck. Make sure whatever you do, you follow these steps because they really are simple to use. And on this video and with the templates that I'm giving here, they're free to use as well. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe, you download the template, and follow any of the links here if you'd like to come on board and be part of our mastermind. In the meantime, I'm about to go get ready to head out and have a look at this shipwreck. We'll catch up with you on the next video. Bye.